Hi, this is Katie Robinson Edwards, your Umlauf curator, coming to you live from the Umlauf. And this week I wanted to tell you about a few things that we have going on. We are smack in the middle of our new garden giving campaign, which runs now through May 7th. There's just 1 week left, and it goes just through about supper time, May 7th. And it is a way for us to honestly make up some of the lost revenue from the garden party, and we are sad that we weren't able to actually do garden party this year, but we wanted to give you a chance to support us nonetheless, and also to hear about more things. And so we've been telling you lots of things about what's going on at the Umlauf, and we have a brand new program that's part of Garden Giving, and we call it Borrow a Bronze. It's very exciting for us. Let me tell you a little bit about it, and you can go and you can bid on borrowing one of these auction items between now and May 7th, or you can just hear a little bit of a story about each one. There's a lot more than this that's available, but this is a beautiful head of Farrah faucet that is a brand new gift to us. It's part of the Umlauf collection, and I can't bring her quite to the camera because she's a little heavy, but look how gorgeous she is. You can see that she was cast in Pietrasanta. Here's the foundry stamp. And let's spin her around. And she may not look like the Farrah that you're familiar with, the Farrah faucet who became famous for Charlie's Angels, but she looks very much like the Farrah who worked with Charles Umlauf when she was an art student at the University of Texas from 1965 to 1968. And one thing that I personally love about this is it's actually, of all the Farrah sculptures that Charles did and even the drawings, she looks very much like Farrah with the high cheekbones. Farrah thought that she had some Native American blood in her. I don't know if that's true, but she thought she did. And you can also see the beautiful lips that Umlauf loved so much. And it looks a little bit more like her. And best of all, this looks like the Farrah faucet who made sculpture. When we have photographs of her when she made sculpture, she had her hair up. She loved it when it was a little bit messy. It wasn't the big angel wings that we're familiar with. An incredibly beautiful rendition of Farrah. And you could rent it and borrow it from us and support the Umlauf and live with it for a little while in your home or business. So think about that. Another thing that we have available, and this one I can pick up so he can come close to you. Aw, aw. That was me making the noise, not him. This is a donkey, and this is one of my new favorites. It actually came to us from another museum, and we're so pleased to have it. And I'll tell you a little bit about it, which is that Umlauf was really excellent at making animal sculptures. And in a way, his animal sculptures are a little bit cuter. They're a little bit easier to get into. Here's some right here in an exhibition that he had at the University of Texas, actually in the 60s. And the donkey has a biblical reference if one wants, because it is the beast of burden that Christ rode into Jerusalem on, the beast of burden. But Umlauf takes it out of the religious context here and just leaves it in a secular or a, choose your own context. By the way, this little note here, this is the accession number when the museum had it. We leave that there because it's part of the history of the object. You can also see the signature here. And donkeys kind of get a bad rap. There's a bad word for them that you hear a lot that we call people sometimes, but actually donkeys are loyal, trustworthy, hardworking, incredibly cute. And what I love about this also is that Umlauf, like a lot of sculptors, made objects that we call tabletop sculptures, that you could actually live with at home. You could pick up, I'm using gloves, but one doesn't have to because we keep them waxed and cared for. They're bronze, they're pretty sturdy. You can also see on this one, by the way, let me show you the foundry stamp that you can see right above that white label. So this was also cast in Italy, one of his wonderful castings. And so he made things that he thought people would like to actually live with and have a more personal relationship with. Everything here at the Umlauf is human size, but there's not that many that you could live with at your house. So you will see this is part of the Umlauf collection, and you will see it in an exhibition, but we are making it eligible for our Borrow a Bronze program, because we thought people would want, while we don't have it on view, people could live with it themselves for a little while. The last one I want to talk to today is this absolutely gorgeous mother and child. So a very common theme and something that Umlauf worked on, gosh, since the 1930s when he was part of the Works Progress Administration, and he was working in Chicago. And look at her. So the mother and child theme is, of course, a classic. Umlauf did it many, many times, but it gets beyond, just like the donkey gets beyond any symbolism, this can hold lots of meanings for lots of people. It's about nurturing, it's about care, it's about beauty. It's not necessarily literally just about a mother and child. And I say that it's not just literally about it because in a way, he generalizes the features and the form so that the idea is that it could be anybody. He makes it classical. And if you want to see, here is the signature back here. I'm not sure if you can see that with my lighting here. There's the signature. She's a beautiful base, trapezoidal base. And so you'll see lots of mother and children themes with Umlauf. And again, they're multivalent. They have a lot of meaning. A lot of possibilities. Here is a large scale version, much like this one, but a little bit different. Notice how she's a little bit more specific, but she has that elegant bend to her knee, just like ours does. Ours, I have to admit, is a little bit, our small one, our tabletop sculpture, is a little bit sexier. She actually has a very sheer garment that is made to display the body. And she's this incredibly serene face that I've already showed you. So all three of these are part of our Borrow a Bronze program, and we're really excited to do it. It's fairly unique with museums these days, but it gives you a chance to live with these objects in your house and also support the Umlauf through garden giving, which just lasts through supper time on May 7th. So if you have any questions, let us know. Hi, Mom, and thanks so much for joining us. Take care and be safe.